Alright, it's finally that time again. This time, we're doing the level 3 Raiders specifically. Oh yeah, this is where things get real nice and lovely. Join me today, we got Poir. Say hello there, Poir.
Hello, I'm Poir Kino.
Yeah, that's the silly little cat guy. Anywho, we're just gonna jump right into this with, honestly, probably one of the best level 3s in the modern day, which is ironic, because when he first came out, he was widely considered the worst one. Cell. Level 3 Cell. Semi-perfect Cell, or as he's officially known as, second form Cell. Yeah. Alright, so...
That's a cellmate.
Yeah. Alright, so let's get the obvious out of the way. Post-buffs in Season 6, this guy became cracked. Like, he became so cracked. Honestly, I feel like removing dodge alone would have made him a lot better. Maybe not God tier, but like, he was like here in like Season 5, you could argue here, but once Season 6 rolled around, like, he went from here, like, way up here, like, overnight. If all they did was got rid of dodge, he probably would have been right here. Maybe even here, though that's a bit of a stretch. And no, they decided, you know what he needs? He needs a big, fat AoE on his generic ki blasts. Ridiculous. Now, Semi-Perfect Cell does have very, very, very terrifying ki blasts. He has one of, if not the best volleys in the entire game, and Gravity Impulse, or Gravity Impact, while being very difficult to land, can do some solid damage. That being said, he's still Cell. His base toolkit is still very, very lackluster. Afterimage is still the worst break strike, Solar Flare is still the most inconsistent stun. Granted, there's only 2, so that's not saying much, but, you know. Key detection's broken as always, though. What are your comments, thoughts on, normal, original level 3 Cell?
He's good. It usually level 2 struggles with survivors, but level 3 can hold his own very well. It's very good, recommended to at least get your level 3 as Cell. And you can it's also a good combo to just use Afterimage to avoid someone, and the Solar Flare into Volley to deal maximum damage.
Oh yeah, that's a good combo. Now with level 3 Cell, he doesn't really have any like unique passives. I think with Cell, all of his levels are the same in terms of passives. It's just the evolution.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, the key tracking and key control. I still find it hilarious how Cell is technically the stealthiest raider. I think that's really funny. But yeah, like
also his melees are also really good. Someone that knows how to use them can very easily kill you.
I mean, at level 2, his melee is very quick, but at level 3, Cell's melees are pretty much the average length and speed.
They still do damage. They still do pretty good damage.
Oh yeah, they still do damage. Everyone's melee still does pretty decent damage. His is just average length and time. I mean, hey, his melee is a million times better than off the top of my head. Actually, who would be off the top of my head? I'm not even sure. I can't really think at the moment. But, yeah, like, usually when you get level 3 as Cell, the game is very heavily tipped in your favor. Like, level 1 and 2 are super bad, but the very second you become level 3, all of a sudden, the odds of you winning just, like, quintupled. I mean, if it wasn't for his giant-ass AoEs that he has on his generic ki blasts, I would say he'd be like A tier, but because of that alone, I'm thinking, at least for now, I'm thinking S tier. What do you think?
Whoa, S tier? Yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking it'd be like A tier. I didn't expect it to be S tier.
He's deadly at all range, because at close range, he's deadly because of the Solar Flare stun lock. At medium range, he's deadly because of Gravity Impact, and especially that Volley. That Volley has further range than you think. And at long range, he's unfucking beatable because of those ginormous ki blasts. And even at moon fucking range, he's absolutely incredible. I'm pretty sure his ki blasts have a range of like 300 to 350 meters, something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, and they all explode on impact, which have very good AoEs. I've sniped so many people. I can't tell you how many Nimbuses and Poirbats, I have sniped with this. Like, I will admit, I complain about console players having a lot of unfair advantages. This is the one thing PC players have advantages over console players. We can snipe better because we have better aim, and usually, if you have a giant monitor like I do, you can see way better. So, like, if you're playing PC, Cell might be the way to go. So yeah, definitely put him in S. Now, for the Cell Jr. reworked version of him, he is exactly the same in almost every way, but inferior in every way. He moves slower when locked onto someone. He does, it says he does a lot less damage, but from testing, it's only slightly different. Like, yeah, it's noticeable, but it's not like, holy shit, how are you still alive noticeable, you know? His key detection is substantially worse. It doesn't last nearly as long, the range is reduced, he does less damage, he moves slower when locked onto people, his evolution is significantly slower, especially on civilians. Like, that's something I forgot to bring up. Even if for some weird reason you don't like level 3 Cell, just get 2 civilians, there you go, now you're level 4. But with,
I think it was 3.
No, oh yeah, 3 civilians, 2 survivors, I think. Still, that's pretty short for level 3. Cell Juniors, on the other hand, it's literally doubled. Like, if you're going off civilians alone, like, level 3 needs, like, 5 or so, I think. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, but he also spawns a lot more civs. Like, I've never gotten to level 3 just on civs alone on regular Cell. Meanwhile, with Cell and Juniors, I've done it at least twice.
That is true. Cell Jr. does spawn in more civilians, even if he gets less from them. Me, personally, I've gotten level 4 as Cell just from civilians before. It's actually, like, if you can, if the survivors aren't sweaty and aren't, like, lightning quick to save civilians and are prioritizing keys or something, it's actually pretty easy for Cell to snowball.
Oh, wow. I've never done that.
I have. It's pretty funny. Of course, getting a level 2 or 3 Civ radar near the very beginning, like the second you turn level 2, generally that's just if you get a Civ radar as Cell in the early game, it's an automatic win. Like, if you lose as Cell after getting a radar within the first minute of the game, that's a skill issue. That's your fault. You threw.
Oh yeah, you also forgot to mention the health reduction for.
Oh yeah,
for
Cell
Jr.
Yeah, I forgot. Cell Jr. version has less health for some reason.
I personally think that is the worst change they made for him, because it's like it's just a lot easier to die, especially if you're trying to cell game in the end.
Yeah, like, Cell's biggest selling point back then, aside from his evolution speed, was the fact that, at least back then, he had the most health. And now it's like, why would you take that away? Like this mediocre toolkit with reduced damage, speed, health, like, no. Honestly, I think Cell Jr. is good where he is in B. Like, yeah, he still has good range, but at level 3, it's reduced. The damage is less, moves slower, less health. Like, it's so many downsides. I genuinely think it drags him all the way down to full tiers, even if the toolkit's the same.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, next up, we got good old Freezy Pop, level 3 Freezy. Third form Frieza. Now we can judge this and Golden at the same time, because I don't have to do this, luckily, because they function almost exactly the same. Actually, no, I think they function exactly the same. I don't think there's a single thing different. Because base Frieza got the same evolution boost that Golden got. So yeah, we can just treat them as the same. Cool.
Right.
Anywho, what does level 3 Frieza have? Very spammable Ki Blasts, a very, very long-ranged, but wildly inaccurate volley, Death Beam, which recharges lightning quick, and does an absolute metric fuck ton of damage at the cost of it being hard to land without auto-lock. And aside from that, he's got the same toolkit as level 2 and also 4 if you're not playing Golden, which is just a really insane Break Strike and 2 minions. Now, obviously we're also incorporating any like core mechanics that are changed with the Raider as a whole. Like in Frieza's case, there's new civilians, and the civilians have the Dragonballs instead of finding them in crates. Like, I don't know about you, but I've managed to summon Shenron as Frieza more than any other Raider.
Yeah, I can see that, since
Yeah.
you can't just Nimbus Rush Dragon Ball thing with him.
Exactly. Now, level 3 Frieza doesn't really have too much to talk about that wasn't already spoken about in the level 2 video, aside from the supers and Ki Blasts. And that's pretty much it, you know? His supers are very, very strong, albeit kind of hard to dash clunky to use. His Ki Blasts are incredibly spammy, and I'm just gonna say this, Frieza mains, quit slamming the attack button like wild men, okay? Please stop. If you do it like crazy while the survivors are moving, your tracking will not keep up. You're slowing yourself down, you're making things worse for yourself, and you're also making yourself look like an idiot, and most importantly of all, even if the attacks do somehow land, you're just looking like a dumb gorilla just slamming the same button. Like, it's not as bad with level 2-4 Cell, but it's still really annoying seeing nothing but a big pink cloud in my face constantly, and all I hear is bing, 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 bing every, like, nanosecond. Like, it's really annoying. Anyway, level 3 Frieza, that one's a bit tricky. Like, do you have any comments on him?
Not many. Usually I just go up against Golden Frieza, and he goes from level 3 to 4 almost immediately.
Yeah, level 3 does evolve pretty quick if he gets Namekians.
Oh,
or survivors.
yeah, he also gains evolution if you summon Shenron.
And if you just simply deal damage to him as a whole. Like, that's another thing I love about Frieza. Like, just simply interacting with him the way the game's designed can punish you.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was gonna say maybe B, because his toolkit's very boring-flimsy, though his supers are incredibly strong, but when I think about it, he does evolve very quickly, so I think maybe A for now. We can rework it later. What do you think?
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna get into the real nitty-gritty, the real dog shit. Super Buu-Super Buu from the Buuhan version. They are slightly different, very slightly, so we will talk about both. But for now, original Super Buu. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if the video's up yet, as of this recording. I don't know if the video's up yet, but I went up against a very, very, very ultra sweaty pre-made as generic Kid Buu. Like, I got level 3 with Kid Buu, so I'm like the original Super Buu. And, like, I held them off very, very good. Like, they gave me a fight. They gave me one hell of a fight. They annoyed the piss out of me. That stomach mechanic ended up winning the whole game for me. His double break strikes are incredible. The fact that one of the break strikes is also a mobility tool that got massively buffed. If we're talking about original Super Buu specifically, I will say this. Double break strike is always something that's gonna make me turn my head, lift my eyebrow, and go, like, every time. But the fact that he has 2 break strikes that without any upgrades are like 25 seconds and 30 seconds respectively, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. He's got the best stun in the game. He's got incredible Ki Blasts. He's got 2 absolutely devastating super attacks, and I mean monstrously devastating. Do crazy amounts of damage, great tracking, all that good stuff. Like, regular Super Buu, like there's a reason why in like Season 1, 2, and even arguably 3, I don't know, I wasn't around back then, but there's a reason why way early on in the game's life cycle, people used to say, if the Raider gets Super Buu, you might as well just give up immediately.
What was the attack that called the one that split into 3 beams that tracked you?
That's Ill Rain.
Oh yeah, that attack has very good tracking.
It does. Really good tracking. He regenerates health if
very
he
difficult
finishes
to
off.
dodge.
Yeah, that's another reason why we shouldn't have gotten rid of dodge, Dims. Another reason why you shouldn't have gotten rid of dodge. But yeah, so what was I saying? Right, he regenerates health when he finishes off survivors. Regular Super Buu, I think he needs like, I think it's like 3 survivors or 4 civilians or something like that. Not 100% sure, but something like that. Aside from that, like, yeah, He's got the Angry Shell like level 2. He's got Go Gum like level 2. He's got Ill Bomber, which is a really good mobility and break strike. He's got Key Detection, which is always broken as hell. Great Key Blast, great supers, just great everything, really. He's got just about everything going for him. Like, he's pretty much...
He can also... He's also good at key camping.
He is very good. I know, I did that. I did that in my video. I key camped like crazy because they forced my hand. I was very pissed off about it. He's really, really good at key camping because both his supers knock you back. He's got a stun. He's got 2 fucking break strikes. Like, yeah, he's great at key defending. Yeah, so original Super Buu, I honestly think regular Super Buu, like, I think he's the absolute, like, pinnacle. Like, he's the bar. Like, if you want to be a good level 3, you have to be at least as good as him. Like, that's why I'm thinking A tier for him.
A tier? Alright.
Yeah. Now for the rework version. Christ. Okay, so, the same toolkit. However, here are the differences. More civilians spawn, so you're way more likely to get shit done with civilians. You don't need to invest in evolution at all, because it doesn't make a difference. I did testing. It doesn't make a fucking difference. The only time evolution speed makes a difference is if you get a mixture of the two. As in, if you get a survivor and a civilian. That's the only time you're going to see a difference. Otherwise, it'll always be exactly the same. So that's about 20 points you can put into anything else. His Key Blasts have miniature AoEs on them. They're nowhere near as monstrous as Cells, but at level 3, Buuhan's Key Blasts have a motherfucking AoE on them. Just, what the fuck? Aside from that, basically works the same. However, there are no Dragon Balls to worry about, and after about a minute or so, a Super Transfer drops, giving the survivors, you know, a chance to defend themselves. Just fucking kidding.
In theory.
Just kidding, because all Buu needs to do is eat 2 civilians. That's all he fucking needs. 2 civilians! And he steals it before we even have a chance.
And even if it drops, there's no way to realistically grab it if you're standing right in front of it, unless someone's carrying multiple stuns.
Unless the entire fucking team tries their best and blocks it from him, like, there ain't much you can do from stopping him. And if he gets even just one civilian, if you're on a smaller map like Waterfront, and he gets just 1 civilian, it basically spawns directly in his face. Absolutely abysmal game design. And let's not forget, he has 2 incredible supers that have guaranteed knockback. He's got 2 break strikes. He has key detection. He has a ranged stun. He's got AoE on his key blasts. Oh, also the rework version moves faster when he's locked onto somebody.
And then people say that people don't understand why people hate going up against Buuhan.
Yeah, and then you'll get fucking hate comments like I do saying, what are you bitching about? He's so fair. I'd much rather go up against Buuhan any day of the week than fucking Golden Frieza or the Gammas. And I'm like, okay, Gamma's touche, but Golden Frieza, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little more.
I'd rather get to him before getting to than doing Broly again.
I'm gonna be honest with you, pal. Like, as a Season 5 Survivor, and I don't mean Survivor as in the role, I mean Survivor as in I lived through that shit. I would take 1,000,000 Rose Goku Blacks pre-nerf. I would take 700,000 Super Baby 2s. I will I'll begrudgingly take about 20 Gammas before I'll go up against even 1 Buuhan. Like, I would much rather go up against Sweaty McSweaterson, level 120 Golden Goku Black, than even fucking fresh out of the box, I just installed the game today, Buuhan. That's how much I hate this fucker.
No, yeah, also, one last thing before we move on. What do you think is better, the stomach mechanic or the level 4 ST mechanic? Like, what do you think is stronger in case of the Raider?
Okay, if we're talking from the Raiders' perspective, I would say that's a bit tougher because it kind of depends. If you're going up against an absolute god-tier Sweatfest team, I would say its stomach is better, just because you trapped him in an enclosed space, and it's very easy to camp Fat Buu. On the flip side, if you're not going up against, like, the actual EVO Grand World Championships, I would say the ST is better for the Raider, because you just become level 4 almost immediately. It's the same reason why Golden Frieza, when he came out, went from, like, that's why he went from, like, the 3rd or 4th worst Raider to the actual best Raider overnight, simply because he evolved faster. Yeah. That being said...
So where would you rank him?
That's what I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know if he's quite the best at, like, Z just yet, but I don't know if he's, like, would I consider Rework Buu? Actually, you know what? No, yeah, you know what? I think he's ahead of Cell. At the moment, I'd say he's at the top of S tier. Just because, like, you might not even get to play as Super Buu for the rework version playing him. You might not. You'll just, like, I have footage of my first fucking game as Buuhan. My first one. I was only Super Buu for like 25 seconds because I downed 2 people. And I just go back, I eat one guy, I eat the other guy, and then I was like, wait, what? And I got the Super Transfer for free. I'm like, oh, that's not fair. Like, even when my first time playing him, day fucking 1. Like, Season 9, brand new. Day fucking 1. And I played Buuhan. I said, this is so unfair, like 20 times during that fucking video. And I was the Raider. I was the bad guy. And I'm like, this is not fair. Ah, Christ. So yeah, we're definitely putting him in S tier.
Yeah.
Rework him later, I guess. Okay, next up we got Vegeta himself. I'll be honest with you, Vegeta's scary. He's a very, very scary Raider.
Oh, absolutely. Those Spanish kicks give me nightmares.
Yeah, so let's go over Vegeta's toolkit, shall we? If Nappa lived, he has a minion, and he's much more likely to get level 4, because the cooldown goes from like 750 seconds to like 350 seconds, something like that. Don't quote me on the exact numbers. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I believe it's somewhere around there. Otherwise, his toolkit is just simply Scouter and Explosive Wave, which is just a very standard Break Strike. Now that sounds like a pretty mediocre toolkit, and in all honesty, yeah, it is. But that's because Vegeta's not really meant for flexibility. No. Vegeta's meant to do what Saiyans do best, and that's fight. This motherfucker is so deadly at all ranges. He is beyond deadly at close range because his melees are not lightning quick, but are decently speedy. There's a moment where he has invincibility frames while doing melee when he vanishes for his vanish kick, because yeah, he goes for a generic vanish attack during a normal melee attack, which is crazy. His vanish kicks are the best in the entire game because he always does it twice, and the tracking is so fucking good, it's literally impossible to dodge because they remove dodge. You can dodge the first one or you can dodge the second one. You're taking the damage no matter what.
They also have very good range.
Yeah. He will track. He teleports right onto you, no matter how fast you go away. He's deadly at medium range, because while his generic Ki Blasts aren't the best, his alternate fire has great tracking, and most importantly of all, he has Finish Breaker. At Finish Breaker at medium to close range, just deletes you from existence. I have footage of me as a level 3 running Power Beyond Power, so my gauge is at like 600, and I get hit by one Finish Breaker, and my gauge went all the way down to 100. That did 500 damage with one super. Granted, I got hit by every single volleyball, because I was at close range in a cave. But still, that's a lot of damage. He's deadly at long range, because Gun comes out fast, recharges fast, and has a huge AoE just like Black Kamehameha. Aside from his very, very deadly toolkit, Vegeta does have 2 massive weaknesses. Granted, one is much more exploitable than the other, because... Alright, I'll go over the weakness that's not nearly as big of a problem. He has no mobility options at all. Like, that's something I forgot to bring up in the level 3 Frieza bit, but, yeah, no mobility whatsoever. It's not as big of a problem for Vegeta because he has Gallic Gun, which is absolutely monstrous range. So, if you have the range to compensate, lack of mobility is definitely not that big of an issue. Now the actual big weakness about Vegeta. He has standard health. Meaning if you're going up against a good team, you can be shredded pretty quickly. This is also kind of cheesy, and you could argue, should we even count this on the list or not? But because Vegeta does not gain energy normally, and instead it's just a cooldown, and the cooldown goes down faster when you deal damage to survivors, if somebody's desynced, I know, but if someone's desynced and you attack them, you still regain the juice needed to enter Grade 8 mode.
Well, then, that is broken.
I know, like, I don't know if we should count that, because that's very cheesy, that's not going to happen every game, hell, it might not even happen every 100 games, and you could even argue that counts as an exploit and therefore cheating, but that is something that does work. And level 4 Vegeta is basically unbeatable. Unless everyone's running Solar Flare, it's unbeatable. But yeah, so for Vegeta, like, I'm kind of debating where I should put him. Like, I'm thinking either top of A or bottom of S, just because he's definitely the best combatant in the game, but I don't feel like I've automatically lost the second he becomes level 3, like I do with the Buu rework. What do you think? You got any notes on
matches
Vegeta?
Matches are still yeah, matches are still winnable if he's level 3, but if he goes level 4, it's usually game over.
Yeah.
Although his vanish kicks are way too good. It's like he's literally just teleporting. Like it's the melee grab. It's the melee morph grab of Breaker.
It's literally the meme, teleports behind you, nothing personal, kid.
Yeah, I don't know how to even get away from him, other than like bar bat into a corner or something.
That's the neat part, you don't. Because of dodge being removed, you can dodge the first one, you can dodge the second one. Other than that, the only thing you can realistically do is predict that he's gonna do it, and, I don't know, fucking activate barrier right before the first one lands. That's all I can think of. Alright, so, what do you think? I think, at least for now, until we start reworking stuff at the end of the video, I'm thinking either top of A or bottom of S. What do you think?
Probably bottom of S.
Yeah, it's fair for now. Okay, now it's time for an absolute joke. We got cheese and butter themselves, Jeice and Burter. Okay, let's talk about the positives first of all. Positive number 1: if you get killed, you don't lose the game immediately.
Whoa.
They have pretty decent key blasts, and Crusher Ball is no joke. Crusher Ball is actually a pretty solid super. I forget the name of it, but the duo combo attack where they join together and become a fucking spiral and start shooting out key blasts, like that's a decent stalling tool. Like, I don't know if you should really be stalling as the Raider, but it
also gives them invincibility, right?
Yeah, you're invincible while doing that super. Burter is probably the most devious AI in this entire game. Like, of all the minions, I think that Burter is like the most aggravating to deal with. Because unlike, say, Zarbon and Dodoria, who just shoot a very easily dodgeable beam at you, Burter jumps right into your face and just goes berserk while still learning your position. And he's hard as balls to dodge. Like, I've had him literally teleport through buildings onto me, and I'm pretty sure I've got that on footage somewhere, of like him just, like me going through a building in Waterfront, like going through the bomb, and then him just appearing in front of me spontaneously. He's got a decent break strike, he's got Scouter, which is a good search tool. I think that's it in terms of positives. Now shall we go on to the negatives?
Ooh,
okay.
Man, this is gonna be really interesting.
Number 1 negative, the biggest negative the Ginyu Force as a whole. Very, 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 very low health. Insanely low health. Monstrously low health. Like 3 gigantic roars and they're dead. Their Break Strike has a 30-second cooldown, which is, I want to say that should be the standard, but unfortunately no. I'm pretty sure more Raiders have 25 there rather than 30. Their Break Strike does not do a bunch of damage like, say, Broly or Frieza's do. That's all their toolkit is, just those 3, because they don't have a 4th skill, because, you know, who needs 4 skills as a Raider? Certainly not me. Crusher Ball, while being decent, is also not the greatest of all time, because at an extreme range, you can snipe if you're predictive with it, because it does have an AoE, but it's not a gigantic AoE like Black Kamehameha is, for example. It's very prediction dependent. It's not bad in the middle of a firefight, though, because Burter does come up and start shooting off a volley. So, like, it's good at getting people out of your face, but I don't know. And then that super where they become a spiral, it gives you invincibility frames while doing it, but you're also heavily vulnerable while it's, like, finishing up. Like, you're still invincible during that time period, but, like, in that, like, half a second it takes to get out of the animation, that's usually all the time a survivor needs to, like, activate their super. If they have quick enough reflexes, of course. Other than that, they don't really have much going for them. Despite claiming to be the fastest in the universe, Jeice and Burter definitely have no mobility at all. They gave Recoome 2 insane mobility options, and they give the guys who brag about being fast no mobility at all. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Ironic.
I know. Alright, so do you have any notes on them?
What buff do they give to Ginyu if they survive?
If they survive, Ginyu moves faster, and Milky Cannon becomes actually unfair.
Okay.
Overall,
there's... Oh. Continue.
Yeah, if Jeice and Burter get killed, chances are you're gonna lose. Genuine chances are gonna lose, because with Ginyu, Milky Cannon is ass without them. With them, it's unfair. It is broken as hell with them. Because Burter shoots out that giant fucking tornado thing, Jeice just shoots all over the place with his balls, Ginyu launches his AoE thing, and then Burter stays as like a lingering effect wherever you're aiming and as they hit people for a little while. But without them, he moves slower, and he doesn't have that. So, yeah.
So overall, I think they're pretty underwhelming. Like, unless you get hit by the attack that makes them invulnerable, you're usually going to be able to outlast them in a match.
Yeah.
Unless the Ginyu player is very good, they're pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, that is true. Like, granted, most Ginyu players I've gone up against have been Sweatlords. However, at the same time, you really always gotta ask, but is it the Raider, though? Because I have never once seen a good Ginyu Force go up against a good team, because they're too scared. Usually when people choose Ginyu Force in this game, they're doing it as a flex or as a means to be bullies. Because I have not once gone up against a Ginyu Force that was good, competent, tried their best, and they also went up against a genuinely good Survivor team. Like, all those prerequisites have never been met at the exact same time.
Yeah, a good Survivor teams just absolutely tear them to shreds in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so I'm thinking for now, at least, we can probably rework it. I'm thinking he's probably the worst level 3, but we'll put him at the very bottom.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, time for my man, the guy I main, the only Raider I have above level 100, by the way, Super Saiyan Broly. As in from Dragonball
Go
Super.
Broly, go, go.
The superior Broly, if you will. Alright, so when he first came out, Super Broly was actually ass. He was genuinely considered to be a downgrade. Because in Season 4, you had Dodge, and his Ki Blasts are very, very dodgeable. However, after Season 6, wow. Not being able to dodge made this guy actually a huge fucking threat. Because not only does his Ki Blast have great tracking, his Ki Blasts do a monstrous amount of damage. They justify this by saying, oh, well, he fires them slower, therefore they should do more damage. You wanna know how much damage Super Broly does at level 3?
How much?
He can destroy a firewall with just 2 generic Ki Blasts.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. He has a map-wide AoE super attack that just rains hellfire down upon his enemies, just like Kid Buu. Unlike Kid Buu, however, this is so much better because not only that, it's basically a break strike, because it gets you out of the area immediately. You can use it as an escape tool. It attacks the entire map, which I know against competent-good players, that's not going to do anything, because seriously, people, just walk straight. It really is that simple. I've been slowed down by Saiyan savagery, and I've just flown straight and not got hit by it. Like, I understand, it's not always your fault. I really do understand. I myself have gotten bullshit hit by it, even though I really should not have. Like, I understand sometimes it can be finicky. It's inconsistent, but when it is, it's bullshit. But when he uses it, he also gets a shield, which temporarily also tracks targets. His super attack is... I don't want to call it bad, because it's a great big laser beam. And that kind of summarizes Dragon Ball as a whole, doesn't it? Great big laser beam.
Yep.
He shoots out a great big beam that does not have an AoE, and that is a problem, but it's not as big of a problem because the beam itself is really fucking big, so the beam itself can still realistically snipe, just not reliably. Plus, it's clearly meant to be a vanish combo tool, which, yes, it is a tool. Or it is a combo tool. It can bait out the Super Transfer's dodge. He does monstrous damage. When he evolves, he regains 25% of his health, so if you had less than... If you only took 25% or less when you were level 2, you get everything back, essentially. He does absolutely monstrous damage. Like, he's got great mobility. Like, he's got pretty much everything going for him. Oh yeah, and also 2 break strikes. Almost forgot to mention that. He's got 2 break strikes. He gains the shield, which is a very, very good a defensive tool. Blocks pretty much everything except for people jumping into it. They jump into it, they get damaged and knocked back, but they instantly lose the shield. So, you know, it's actually fair, isn't it, Gammas? Gigantic Power, I've talked about that a lot in the level 2 video. You can check that out there if you want to know more. But basically, huge, huge, huge power buff, and it's especially noticeable at level 3 because, like, he already does immense amounts of damage. Huge, monstrous damage. Gigantic Power makes that monstrous damage just actually incredible. Like, there's a reason for Super Broly. Like, the strategy as the Super Transfer against him is one of 2 options. Either stay as far away as possible, or get right into his face and never leave his face. Fighting this guy at medium range is suicide. Watch YouTube flag my video now and put a trigger warning just because I said the word once.
Hopefully it doesn't. But he also evolved. He's also gains evolution just from fighting, which makes him reaching his level 4 pretty realistic.
It's very consistent. Like, Broly's one of the most consistent raiders. Like of any raider in the game, like, I feel like Broly gets his level 4 probably the 2nd most often, next to only the Gammas, who are basically guaranteed.
The only way he doesn't is if he lost most of his health as level 2.
The only times he doesn't get level 4 is that he got key rushed, immensely key rushed, or they just genuinely tried their best to kill him at level 2 and, like, he couldn't deal much damage back, which that's not realistically gonna happen very often. Like, I've been jumped as Broly before, but, like, I don't know if it's just because I'm a Broly main and I'm good at him and I know how he works, or I don't know what this is, but, like, I've never been killed at level 2 as Broly, and I've never been killed at level 3 by Broly. I've been killed at level 4 by Gogeta, like, twice, and I've been, actually, no, Yeah, I've only ever been killed as Broly once, and it was at level 4. And every other time I've lost as Broly, again, it was at level 4, and it was via STM.
Well, it's possible. It's possible to prevent him from going level 4 and killing him during his level 3. If he's like a new player, I once saw a level 1 Super Broly get torn apart by the level 2 transfer, and they just killed him at level 3.
Yeah, I will say this, I have noticed a lot of newer players, Dash players, who don't really know what they're doing. They like to play as Super Broly, and I understand why. He was my first DLC raider too, but I gotta admit, like, I know a lot of people like to meme and joke and say, haha, Super Broly's the most brainless raider, because all you have to do Dash focus on is just killing survivors, and like, that's fine. But he's really not mindless at all. He really is not. Like, if you try to play mindless as Broly against a team that's even remotely competent, you're gonna get your shit folded. Like, you need to know how to play the game in order to play him. Like, you need to know how to fight.
Yeah, and he's also guaranteed his level 3. I've never seen him go down at level 2, even against that one guy who was a new player and got absolutely folded during his level 2. Just by fighting, you can very realistically just reach level 3.
They buffed that in Season 9. They made it so level 2 evolves faster, but to compensate, level 3 evolves slower. They did edit that around a little bit. That being said, though, I've only ever seen level 2 Broly die, like get killed, like, twice in my life, and STM loss. I don't think I've ever seen level 2 lose via STM. I think I've only ever seen him get killed, and that's just because he was a bad Dash brand new player and the whole team tried their absolute hardest to kill him. Alright, but overall, what do you think about Super Broly? Like, I know S tier's getting a bit clogged, but I mean, he's pretty up there.
Yeah, either high A or S.
Okay, I guess this will be the tiebreaker. Do you think he's better than original Super Buu?
Than original Super Buu? Probably.
Do you think he's better than Vegeta?
Oh man, honestly, Vegeta's vanish kicks just terrify me. So I'll just say no, just because of those vanish kicks.
Alright, well, as a Broly main, I think he's better, but I can see why you'd say no, so we'll
No, you're right. He is better than Vegeta. Put him above Vegeta.
Okay. Is he better than Semi-Perfect Cell?
He might be. He probably is. Like,
realistically, yeah. Like, Cell's biggest strength is that insane range. We might be a bit generous. We'll rework him later. We might have been a little too generous, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to lower a lot of raiders.
Okay, so is he better than the Buuhan version of Super Buu?
I don't think so. I draw the line there.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, well, time for the man himself. The man of honor. It's Goku Black, Raze edition.
Just put him in Z tier and move on.
Okay, so next we got Super. Nah. Alright. You did say it, but I just silently put him in Z and just grabbed Baby and was like, okay, next. Alright, so Rose, he has been nerfed. That is important to note. He has been nerfed recently. So he's no longer the most unbeatable raider anymore. That being said, key detection. Most broken search tool in the game. A really fast, really strong break strike. A fucking escape tool as a raider. That also works as a mobility tool. The best dash in the game. If you max out the upgrade, you wanna know how fucking fast Divine Lasso is? It's 15 seconds! Imagine doing a really fast, quick charge as the raider every 15 seconds.
That is very fast.
He's got Black Kamehameha Rose, which is basically the same as Black but more damage. He's got Super Divine Ray Bomb, which is the same thing but it recharges faster and has like 4 times the bigger explosive radius. He's got the Zamasu bot following him. Everything I said about him in the level 2 video applies here, just like 20 to 50% better. He's got the best Ki Blasts in the entire game. Rose's Ki Blasts were so fucking unfair and bullshitty that every fucking new raider essentially got his Ki Blasts. Like, think about that. His alt fire shreds, even post-nerf. And, like, this is the biggest thing. Goku Black was so oppressive in Season 5 that when Season 6 rolled around, they just went back and eroded every fucking Raider and just made them him, just so that way they could compete. Like, everyone who had a beam, they gave it an AoE. Alright, so... Like, I don't even think we need to say much, because everything that I was said in level 2 applies here, just better.
Yeah, the only thing really left is that usually if Goku Black goes level 3, the match is most of the time lost. And if he goes level 3 before the STM is out, usually that's a sign that you're gonna lose. If he does it during the STM phase, you still have a genuine chance. But usually when he goes, it's usually not even necessary to go level 4. Like, if you went level 4, you probably lost, like, 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, usually when you go level 4 as Goku Black, you're just rubbing in their faces. It's the ultimate win more button.
Yep.
He does have to deal with the Super Transfer, but I mean, is that even a worry with his toolkit? The answer is no.
Not really.
Like with that dash, if they're running away, get in their face. They're constantly aggressive in your face, break strike or escape with Zamasu. They're trying to like do what they're supposed to do and fight you at medium-ish range. Throw one of your supers out, forces the dodge, and now you're free to land the other one. Alright. I know we joked about it and said we're going to put him in Z tier, but what do you think? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he's Z tier anymore. Because now he does a lot less damage. I have footage in my Priority 2 Raider game with him. And, like, like, 2 super attacks. Granted, the guy was probably running some stamina boosters or godlike speed or something. Or maybe even resistance. But, like, I threw out 2 supers at him, and he only took, like, 50% damage. He was probably Yeah, he was probably running resistance, but still.
I do think he is Z tier, if not at the bare minimum high S. It's like he really doesn't need to go level 4 in order to win. Like, it's very consistent as well. The win ratio as level 3 is very consistent.
Also, you can get level 3 very easily. Something no one talks about. Goku Black only needs 3 civilians, and then there you go. Now he's Rosé.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody talks about that. Everybody complains about Buuhan only needing 2 civilians to go level 4. Everyone complains about a semi-perfect cell only needing 2 survivors. Everyone complained immensely about Golden Frieza's fast fucking recharge speed, even though he requires like 3 Namekians at level 3. Goku Black level 2? 3 civilians. There you go. Now you're the best level 3 in the game.
I'm glad that key detection doesn't work on civs. Imagine how broken that would be.
If key detection worked on civs, I would unironically uninstall this game. Speaking of key detection on civs, we'll get to that with the Season 7 Raider, but for now, the Season 6 Raider. Super Babby 2.
Woo!
Alright, so ignoring his weak early game, because this is all about the level 3 specifically, he's got good Ki Blast. It's literally a mixture between Rosé and Vegeta's. He's got 2 Break Strikes, one of which protects him against generic Ki Blasts. He's got, he loses his dash in exchange for a tracking attack, which does very little damage and doesn't even knock back the targets. So you're probably wondering what's the point of it. Well, unironically, I've used it to find where survivors are, because it always will go towards where the survivor is. Very ass, I know. Yeah. Super Baby 2's toolkit is kind of weird, but strong. He's got Revenge Death Ball, which is a massive AoE and does pretty good damage. It used to do even more damage, but they nerfed it. Revenge Final Flash, same thing. Huge AoE, solid damage. I'm gonna be honest with you, level 3 Baby is boring, but is pretty strong. You got any notes on him?
There's also something that something that nobody ever talks about is how his spawns when he evolved from level 2 to level 3, or even just from level 1 to level 2, can really screw you over. Like, I saw him kill someone in a cave, and I was like right behind the cave outside, and he just spawned right behind me and killed me.
Yeah, that happened to me in one of my videos. I don't know if it was the one where I went to the fucking asylum in the true solo experience or what, but like there's a video I have somewhere where he got level 3, and because he randomized his location, he literally just poofed right in front of my face. No fucking joke, right there, like 10 meters away. And yes, I instantly fucking died. And I'm not ashamed to say this. I fucking rage quit. The second he like downed me, I said fuck you, and I turned my fucking game off. That's how fucking pissed off I was.
Yeah, it's just like if you're not in a cave and you're in the area where he spawns, you're essentially just dead.
He's got good range, good damage, good everything. It's just he agitates the piss out of me.
Also, it's very realistic he can get his level 4 unless he got a key rushed very early on or a bad start.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's consistent because I think it's like, is it 3 or 4 survivors? I don't really remember. I think it's 3. But, you know, like, he's got that ceiling mechanic, which all levels of Baby have except for 4, because 4 just kills him. Good range, good damage, good everything, really. Only bad things about Baby at level 3 specifically, aside from his weak early game, of course, because we're not judging that here. I'm pretty sure he has standard health, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, one last thing about Baby. When he evolves to level 3, you know how he uses your bot, those he's infected in order to evolve?
Oh, God,
that can absolutely screw you over if you're the last one that got killed or if there were multiple people that got killed.
Yeah.
Because you're going to spawn in a completely different place, even if someone was reviving you, and and even if someone does revive you, you're not going to have the items that you have. So if you had any cooldown drinks or barriers, you're out. Now you don't have any.
Yeah, never forget the time you, me, and Romani were playing together, and I was reviving Romani because he only had like a second left, and then Baby fucking evolved, we're forced to watch his fucking shit, and then he poofed literally 400 meters away, all the way in Area C on Dark Future. We were in E, he poofed all the way to Area C, and like there was just no way we could reach him. Even if we had instant transmission, there was no way, because he only had like 7 seconds left, and he ended up bleeding out because of that.
Yeah, it's very overpowered.
It's not necessarily overpowered, just incredibly fucking bullshit. Like, it's very luck dependent.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of things about Baby that's luck dependent. Maybe that's why he pisses me off so much. He's a very RNG based raider.
Yeah, probably the one that exemplifies the RNG mechanics of the game.
He's gotcha, the raider.
Yep.
Alright, where would you put him? Like, if we're only talking about level 3, so his early game does not matter here. Just level 3 specifically, would you say he's better than Vegeta?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think he's better than Super Buu?
No.
Really? Alright. Well, yeah, that's fair. I can think about it. Would you say he's better than level 3 Frieza? I would say he's better than level 3 Frieza.
Yeah, I could say he's better than level 3 Frieza.
Alright, that's fair for now. We'll rework it later. Alright, 2 more to go before we get to reworking. These ugly tin cans. Alright, the gamers.
The clankers.
Yeah. I was calling them that before that term was cool. Like, as a Star Wars fan, I was calling them clanker before that was a thing. Anywho, I'm gonna get this out of the way. Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3 Gammas all play exactly the same. The only difference is that, especially Level 2 and 3, if Gamma 1 survived. If Gamma 1 survived, Level 2 and 3 are literally fucking identical. The only difference is now you have an AI following you, who can sometimes help out in combat. You gain a Break Strike, which is also a power buff, and it's a very substantial power buff. And you fly faster. That's pretty much the only main difference. Now, ignoring their bullshit mechanics, because we're just talking about the level 3, key grabbing and hogging isn't necessarily applied here. He's got 2 very decent super attacks. He's got, let's not beat around the bush, he's got pretty dog shit key blasts. Like, they do great damage, but their tracking is horrible. Like, you don't even need Trained by an Angel, just fly horizontally and they can't hit you. That being said, though, again, I said this in my previous video, and I don't want people to know this, the Gammas have probably the best Spanish kicks in the game. Yes, better than Vegeta's, because they come out frame 1. Yeah.
They can also avoid going into Magenta if they just don't, if the STM doesn't come out.
That is true. Magenta can only come out if the STM is out, or if they get killed, but that's very unlikely. Because they have immense range for some stupid reason. If you activate Limit Burst, they move insanely quick. Yeah, they do have reduced health, but whoop-de-fucking-do. Who cares? Who cares? Level 3, you're not going to lose the game if they die. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never once seen a Gammas get killed in level 3 before the STM was out. I've seen them get killed when the STM's out, sure. But never once have they ever been killed, like, before the STM. You know why? Because people aren't stupid, and they're not going to give someone a free level 4 for fucking free with basically no downside before the STM is out. Nobody wants to deal with Cell Max before the STM's out. Nobody.
Nope. That's just... Giant Raiders are just essentially a win screen.
Yeah, if you're a Giant, it's basically a win. Basically. Unless you're me and you decide to play nice for too long and they take advantage of your niceness. I like how I made a video called I'm Never Being Nice Again, and the very next video I decided to be nice again. You learn and you live, unless you're me, in which case you just live, and even then just barely. Anywho.
But yeah, level 3 is very difficult to deal with, mainly because of the guaranteed level 4, essentially.
The biggest problem with the game is level 3 is that you can't interact with them. Like, it's like so oppressive, not because of what they're doing, but because of what you can't do. Do you try to interact with them, and are you successful? Well, great, level 4 for free, no punishment. Are you not interacting with them? Well, fuck you. Now they're at the top of the sky, and they have infinite range, so they can just rain hellfire down upon everyone anywhere. Are you trying to do a balance to just scare them or whatever? Well, fuck you. Now you gave them more gauge, and now their level 4 is guaranteed to be more consistent. Congrats.
Are you hiding in a cave? Well, energy scope, you're dead now.
Are you in a cave? Fuck you. Did you literally just want to walk? Fuck you. Do you want to play the game and plant the key? Fuck you. You want to find keys? Fuck you. This is just fuck you, the Raider.
Pretty much. This whole mechanics go against the actual design of the game. It's just too annoying, and everyone hates them for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that all the. It doesn't help that all the players also play like absolute garbage.
They all do. Like Gammas are the only Raider where you can do what I did, the superhero challenge. You know, you just play nice and don't attack anyone unless they attack you first. Like, I did that. I know that team was not the greatest in the world, but the fact that I could even fucking do that at all and still win easily without even trying is just fucking abysmal. If I tried that shit as Cell, I would have gotten folded in half. If I tried that shit as Buu, I would have been slaughtered. Like,
absolutely.
Also, according to Season 8, with the Raider, they did data to gather to see, like, the win rate of every Raider. The Gammas in Season 8, this was after their nerfs. The Gammas had the highest win rate at 81%. That's everyone, by the way. That's both dumbasses who just installed the game today and Ultra Sweatlords and everyone in between. That's everybody. The Gammas as a whole had an 81% win rate. Just let that sink in. No fucking Raider should have an 81% win rate. That is fucking diabolical.
Yeah, it's too high.
And it sucks too, because, like, it's not even, like, if you take away the bullshit design of the Raider, and you take away their base mechanics, like, if they couldn't grab keys, if the game didn't punish you for interacting with them, if they actually, you know, died when they got killed, like, let's say level 3 had increased health, but if they get killed, the game's over, unless it's the SCM phase. Like, let's pretend we live in an alternate universe where this game is actually properly designed. If that was the case, I would honestly argue that these are probably some of the most mediocre level 3s in the game. Like, if you take away their base design, I would argue that they're C tier. I would argue they're probably the second worst level 3 in the game. But because of the bullshit, because of the bullshit game design, they are artificially massively inflated. I don't think Z, but like, they're way higher than C as a result.
Yeah.
Alright, like, I don't even know where to put these guys. What do you think?
I'm not sure. A should be the minimum.
Yeah.
S should be the highest.
Like, if we lived in an ideal world, these guys would be C tier, because their toolkit is kind of mediocre. But, like, because we don't live in a perfect world, because we live in a horrible, fucked up, cruel, and unforgiving world, I have to put these fucking clankers at A or S.
Probably underneath Super Broly, I think.
You think they're better than Vegeta and level 3 Cell?
Oh, actually, maybe not.
I think, yeah, probably. Because their Vanish Kicks are just as good as Vegeta's, because they come out instantly.
Yeah.
They have just as much
no one ever
range. The only real difference is that they're not as good as at medium range. Because at medium range, yeah, I'd say medium range is their biggest weakness. Because they don't really have, like, a volley or anything like that.
So, yeah, above Vegeta.
Yeah, also, I forgot to mention, I know I already mentioned this in the level 1 and level 2 video, but, like, they also have the most unfair barrier in the entire game. They just are allowed to work on the STM for 6 seconds for free, with no risk at all. Once every 60 seconds, they can just work on the STM without any contest at all for 6 full seconds. Thanks, Tims. One last fuck you before Season 9 Raider, I guess, because Golden Frieza's the same. Alright. Time for the newest Raider. Time for this ugly son of a tumor. Restrained Broly.
Oh boy.
Everything I said about the level 2 can apply here, with the only difference being the Break Strike. Now, level 3 functions exactly the same. He's got the same Ki Blasts, he's got the same toolkit, almost the same toolkit. The only difference is the Break Strike and the supers recharge faster. His supers have a slightly faster cooldown at level 3 compared to level 2, and his Break Strike, instead of being a very, very devastatingly strong barrier, seriously, what the fuck? A Break Strike should not do 60% damage to me. Fuck you, Dimps. I will never forgive you for that. Instead of doing immense amounts of damage, because remember when he was advertised? Remember when Z-Broly was advertised and they were all like, oh, go for level 3 for offense, and go for level 2 for defense. Remember when they said that that was the defensive version? Yeah, fuck off, Dimps. Anywho. Level 3's Break Strike is just a absolutely behemoth-sized shockwave to knock everything that's within like a 100-meter radius of you back. And it says it increases his speed and damage output, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really see much of a difference. Other than that, he's exactly the same as Super Saiyan Broly. He's Super Saiyan Broly in every way, except for the fact that his supers recharge faster, his Break Strike works differently, and the most important difference of all, he evolves so unfairly quick. So unfairly quick. Just fighting one survivor, making them use their Dragon Change, and then finishing them off, gives you 50%. That's not...
Yeah, it's a guaranteed level 4.
Basically, if you get restrained, there's a 99% chance you're getting level 4. The only time that you're not getting level 4 when you're level 3 Broly is you got it during the STM phase and everybody ran away and is now ETM gaming. That is the only time you're ever going to stay level 3. The only time.
Yeah. Like, if you get the level... use the Dragon Balls to get the level 4, and you just pair his health, get him halfway through his health, he's essentially guaranteed his level 4.
Yep.
Not to mention the super powerful attack is it has such a huge range and goes through buildings.
Also, it's a Break Strike. You can use it during a melee combo.
He's also very mobile. It's very realistic that he just like goes behind you and you don't, and the Raider icon disappears and you have no idea where he is.
Exactly. He's very quick. He does an ungodly amount of damage. Everything I said about level 2 applies here, except for the Break Strike. He evolves very fucking quick. Like, this is the Raider that was designed to go up against Cool Money and his minions every fucking time. And I hate this. I hate the fact that the whole game is designed around aggressive, sweaty pre-mates, because that's not the majority of the game. In fact, I dare say that's only like 20% of the fucking entire community. And that's only because this game has a small player count. If we had a high player count, that'd probably only be like 5% of the community, if even that.
And even then, for the whole pre-mates thing, if you're up against most people, during the pre-made trials against Cool Money, they just got most civs out of the way very, very quickly. So all the Z Broly's were just forced to level 2.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking meta against Z Broly, Civ Rush. Civ Rush as fast as possible at level 1 and pray to God that he doesn't find anybody at all.
Civ and Key Rush.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, only a very organized team is going to do it. If you don't find any, if he reaches his level 4 before you found any keys, you're absolutely dead.
Like,
if he reaches his level 3 before you have any keys, you're dead. It's over.
You could literally be randoms, or you could actually be Cool Money himself. Like if he gets level 3 before the STM is out, it's game over. You have lost.
Yep.
Like, thank you, Dems. Thank you for this wonderfully designed Raider. I appreciate it.
He's also
Yeah.
He's also another Raider that can realistically get his level 3 just on civs alone.
Yeah, it's happened to me. It's fucking happened to me. You know how many civilians he needs? He needs 7 civilians to get to level 3. That sounds like a lot, but if you compare that to other Raiders, that's actually like pretty average dash, even kind of quick, depending on who we're talking about. Because like,
yeah, it's.
You know who else? You know who else needs 7 civilians as a whole?
Who?
Original Cell. Like level 1, he needs 2. Level 2, he needs 4. Level 3, he needs 2 or 3. I'm not sure. I keep thinking it's 2, maybe it's 3, but I'm leaning on 2.
It's 3.
It's 3? Alright.
Yeah.
So let's think. That's 2 plus 4 plus 3. That's 9 civilians to reach level 4 as Cell. And if you don't include that, that's still 6 civilians just to reach level 3 as Cell. He only needs 1 more civilian than Cell to get to level 3. The guy who they advertise as being a guy who evolves lightning quick. And also, like that's also ignoring the fact that Paragus is an auto-evolve Raider. Yes, it's very slow, even if you upgrade it, but he does auto-evolve slowly. So, like, 6 civilians plus a minute. Like, I have never once seen a Broly stay level 1 for more than... Like, I think the longest I've ever seen a level 1 Broly has probably been, when we key rushed him so insanely ungodly quick, like STM is out within the first 2 minutes, right? It's only been 2 minutes, and the STM is out, and his meter was still like 75% there to level 3, and like he just decided to go Super Saiyan like halfway through the battle. Like, yeah, we won because he threw, but like if he didn't do what he did there. Like, we could have unironically seen the level 1 defeat screen, which I've never once in my life seen.
Yeah, I think you can only see it when the Raider disconnects, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm fairly confident too, but like, that's kind of the weird dash funny dash suspicious thing. I've seen Cell Larva's disconnect. I've seen level 1 Frieza's disconnect. I've seen Spopovich disconnect. You know how many times I've seen Z Broly disconnect? Not even once. Not even once.
I did get one to disconnect last night, but he was going to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so I don't care what you say. Top of Z. Top of Z.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Alright, well, now that we're here at this point in the video, time for some reworking. Currently, our listings are Jeice and Burter in D tier, the Cell Junior version of level 3 at B tier, Original Super Buu, Super Baby 2, and level 3 Frieza at A, Vegeta, second form cell, Gamma's together, Super Broly, and the Buuhan version of Super Buu all in S tier. We'll definitely remake that one the most. Goku Black Rose and Restrain Broly at Z. Alright, time for some reworking. I think the Ginyu Force is good where they are.
Yeah.
The Cell Junior version of level 3 Cell, do we really think he's B or do we think he's C? Because like he is like one of the best level 3s, just severely crippled.
Probably like low B or high C.
Yeah, let's move around some stuff. Okay, level 3 Frieza, he does monstrous damage, but I think I've been a little bit generous by putting him in A.
Probably.
Is he better than the Cell Junior level 3 though?
I don't think so.
Probably not. Okay, we'll put him at the bottom of B for now. Super Baby 2, I think he's good in A. Super Buu, I think he's good in A. Alright, the S's is where shit needs to get reworked a bit, because I think we're a little bit too generous with all of these.
Yes. It's gotta be harder in the level 4 one.
Yeah, the level 4 one's gonna be brutal. Whoever's gonna coast that one is gonna have a tough time. Okay, so let's just do it at the bottom more then. Vegeta. Do we really think he's the worst of the S ranks?
Yeah, I think so.
No complaints from me. Speaking of no complaints, second form Cell, like I don't know, like, does he belong in S tier? Like, if we ignore the generic Ki Blast, he would still be pretty good, but like, is he really S tier?
I would say lower Vegeta and set and level and Cell to A tier.
Would you say that second form Cell is better than original Super Buu?
Original Super Buu?
I would say yes, because they have basically the same volley. Like, Buu has a better stun and a second break strike, and a much better mobility tool. Okay, you know what? Now I'm starting to think they should be inverted.
I think Super Buu should be higher than Cell. Like, just the stomach mechanic makes him really strong.
Alright, so we'll put him in between Super Baby 2 and Super Buu in A tier then. Alright, so Vegeta can stay at the bottom of this. Okay, the Gammas, let's pretend they can't Ki hold. Let's just get rid of that. Let's pretend when they turn in the Ki, it's instantly given to the survivors, but it still is sabotaged. Let's pretend let's pretend we live in an idealistic, perfect world. If we ignore Ki holding, where do level 3 Gammas belong?
Probably A.
I'm thinking either bottom of A or top of B. That's what I think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Super Broly. Super Saiyan Super Broly.
I think honestly, he can stay in.
Yeah.
I think he can stay at bottom of S.
Do you think he's better or worse than Vegeta?
I would say better.
Like, I think on a whole, the Raider as a whole is probably better than Vegeta as a whole, but like, we're just talking about level 3 specifically. Like, better... That's a bit tougher. Vegeta has much better, like, range capabilities, and is much better at close range. But Super Broly is just the actual best Raider at medium range. Plus, the way his mechanics are designed... I don't know, like, if he didn't have to worry about super transfers, he'd... Actually, no, you know what? No, I think level 3 super transfers are the least intimidating out of all of them.
Oh, wow.
Because, like, at level 2, they can annoy the piss out of you. They can be aggressive at close or long range. At level 3, they have to play long range. They get too close, they're dead. They stay at medium range, they're dead. They go at long range, well, they can't do too much to you, but at least they're not dead. Like, Gogeta's the scariest one of them all, of course, for natural reasons, but, like Blue Vegeta or Blue Goku, honestly, there's been times where I play as Super Broly against pre-mates, and at the level 2 super transfer, I'm like, oh, no, I'm not falling for your shit, or, oh, no, I'm playing back. But when I'm level 3, I'm just like, come here, you little fucker, and I shred them almost immediately every time. Yeah,
so,
I think
better than Vegeta, then?
Honestly, yeah, probably. I think he's slightly better than Vegeta. Just slightly. Like, Vegeta's better at general combat, but, like, Super Broly's generally gonna be in control of the battlefield regardless. Like, unless you're in a losing game state, like, if you're in a really bad game state as Vegeta, you're gonna have a tough time. Like, yeah, you'll have a good fighting chance, but you're gonna have a rough time, because you're basically guaranteed not to get Monkey. And your toolkit is crippled. If you're having a rough time as Super Broly, however, you can still, like, it's kind of weird. You don't feel like you have as much of a fighting chance, but you're not completely screwed over out of getting a level 4. Plus, you get to keep your entire toolkit. So, yeah, honestly, you could interchange these two. Like, someone could make the argument it should be like this. You can make the argument it should be like this. If you're smoking crack, you can make the argument it should be this. But I think they're good where they are in S tier.
Yeah, I think they're good.
Okay, Super Buu with the Buuhan rework. The best of S, like, he does function almost the same. Like mechanically speaking, toolkit wise, the only difference is that his Ki Blasts have a very small AoE on them. Aside from that, like, toolkit wise, he's exactly the same. It's mechanic wise when things get different.
I just think the ST mechanics are very strong.
True.
Because you're going to have a lot more people sacrifice themselves in order to prevent Super Buu from reaching his level 3 before the ST comes out. And if all the survivors are like just waiting there around the ST, you can just pop all their changes, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do during STM phase.
That is true. Like as a whole, if it wasn't
also
for
most
the mechanic,
Gohans,
yeah.
Also, most Gohans just aren't very good. Like, I've seen people go down in like 20 seconds, and then for some reason they go for Super Vegeta. It's like, no, at this point, let me handle it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, through testing, like, I should make a Super Transfer tier list. I'm gonna put Ultimate Gohan at the fucking bottom, just because, like, I swear, even though he has the good laser Ki Blast that every good Super Transfer has, I swear, his has reduced range. The others have a range, like, that's on par with Ki Waves, around, like, 120 meters, right? Well, Ultimate Gohan's, it seems to be normal, which is 70 meters. Like, I understand why they did this. They don't want it to be easy to snipe him, so that way you have to be close to Super Buu, so that way Super Buu has a chance to absorb him. I get that. But, like, gee, Azus, Dimps, what the hell? You really had to, like, literally cut his range in half? What the hell? So, you know what? That is fair. The majority of players are going to get caught off by him.
Yep.
Like, even good players. Like, I've gone up against very, very good transfer players, and, like, I was able to usually beat them as Super Buu within, like, about 2 or so minutes. Like, yeah, they do good jobs, like, trying to bait, but here's the thing. I'm a raider with a brain. I'm not going to take the bait. Like, if you're flying up to hide behind the time machine in the sky, and the STM is out, I'm just going to say, alright, fine, and I'll instant descend and just sabotage the time machine. I know I'm going to have at least, like, 4 seconds to do so, because you have reduced range! So, yeah, I guess he would be top of best then. I guess he is a bit better than Super Broly just because of the mechanic. If it wasn't for the mechanics, he'd probably still be around A. Like, even if he evolved as fast, he'd probably be just below Vegeta. But because of that stupid mechanic, that does buff him up like 2 fucking slots.
It's just a very inconvenient mechanic for regular survivors, especially non-pre-mades.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we were way too nice to Goku Black Rose. I personally don't think he belongs in Z tier anymore.
Alright, so high S then?
I'm thinking that, but when I look at these raiders and I look at him, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I've defeated a lot of Rosés in my life, and it's not always necessarily because the raider was throwing or was bad. Like, post-nerf Rosé is still really fucking good, but he does so much less damage now. How much less? It feels like I have godlike speed on even when I don't. And when I do have godlike speed, I feel like I can actually... I'm gonna be honest with you. Play as the Super Transfer. Run Trained by an Angel. You're all gonna pay. Godlike speed. grab 1 or 2 souls, have After Image equipped, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Fighting Rosé nowadays with that setup, it feels like you're playing Xenoverse. It doesn't feel like Breakers anymore. It feels like Xenoverse. Like, that's how much...
So, where do you think he should be?
I think he's a lot more fair than he used to be. I think he deserves to still be high because no matter how much the damage has been reduced, he still has key detection, he still has an escape tool, he still has the best dash in the game, he still has one of the best break strikes, he still has 2 of the best, most oppressive super attacks ever. But when I think about it in terms of a firefight, like, let's pretend it's the STM phase. Everybody's trying their best. In terms of a firefight, when I think of, like, level 3 raiders that I have a good chance playing as during a massive firefight where everyone's trying their best, he's not my number 2 pick. Yeah, Restrained Broly's definitely my number 1 pick, but he's not my number 2, and he's probably not my number 3 either. In terms of, like, that, I mean, then again, I think Vegeta's probably one of the best during the STM phase, just because he's amazing at every range. But like, when I think about it, I don't think he's better than the reworked version of Buu because of the mechanic. And when I really think about it, I think that he's better than Super Broly during the normal game, but I think he might be slightly worse than him during the STM phase. Just because that massively reduced damage. Because during the STM phase, you want huge bursts of damage, especially against sweaty teams, pre-mades, or anybody abusing exploits. Because they will just magically get their change back every 10 seconds. They will.
Mm-hmm.
And getting your change back
underneath Broly then?
That's what I'm thinking, just underneath Super Broly in S tier.
Okay, seems reasonable.
Okay, so let's take one last good look at this and decide if anything needs to be reworked. Jeice and Burter at D tier. Literally nobody in C tier. Nobody's mediocre at level 3, I guess. Third form Frieza, rework Cell, and level 3 Gammas together in B tier. Super Baby 2, second form Cell, and Super Buu in A tier. Vegeta, Goku Black Rosé, Super Broly, and Super Buu rework in S tier, and then Restrained at Z.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
I don't know, man. C's looking very barren. Like, are we really gonna say that there's not a single level 3 in the game that's just simply mediocre?
Just put the lower all the ones that are considered to be low of their ranks and just lower them once. And I guess we'd have something that's more reasonable.
Like, I want at least one person to be in C tier, because, like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, I know level 3s are generally when the raiders start to get really, really, really good. But, like, the fact that there's only one genuinely bad level 3 feels a bit strange. But when I think about it, with playing as raiders and playing against raiders, yeah, in the modern day, generally if the raider gets level 3, you're in for one hell of a fight now. And sometimes it might just be automatic game over, such as Broly before the STM's out, Vegeta before the STM is out, Super Buu before the STM is out. Hell, sometimes even when the STM is out. Like honestly, just because of the way level 3s are designed in the modern day, yeah, I guess that does kind of work.
What were the bottom ones of B?
The lowest of B is third form Frieza.
And the one that's above him?
Rework Cell.
Like, I don't mind putting Frieza in C, but reworked Cell in C sounds kind of not really where he should be.
Yeah,
maybe you could just get rid of E tier entirely.
I mean, fair enough. We could just bump Ginyu to C. Like, I don't know. Like, when I really think about it, level 3 Frieza, like, he's got spammy Ki Blast and he's got a lot of damage with his supers, but, like, that's all he's got. He's got damage and that's it. So you know what? Yeah, let's just make him C tier then. Like, he evolves at a decent pace. It's like 3 survivors or 4 Namekians, I think it is. 3 Namekians without Dragon Balls, or 3 survivors. Yeah. If it's Earthling civilians, I think it's 5. So yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think that's fair. Alright, so that would mean Ginyu Force is the worst level 3, and Z Broly is the best level 3. Yeah, I'm starting to notice a pattern the further down the levels we go.
The power creep keeps creeping in.
Yeah, it's funny because the Ginyu Force was unironically one of the best level 1s. I'm pretty sure Guldo was like an S tier or something.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I have a strong feeling Ginyu's not going to be much higher either. But, and you know what, I just realized this means Z Broly has been the best level 1, the best level 2, and is now the best level 3. Fucking hell, is he going to be the best level 4? Maybe, maybe not. We'll get to that.
He's at least top 2.
He'll still be in Z tier, trust me. He'll still be Z tier, but I don't think he'll be the best.
No, the two level 4s like cripple him.
Alright, well thank you for joining me, Poir.
It's always a pleasure.
Alright. See you all in the next one then.
Goodbye, everyone.